What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Hope all is well with y'all. What's going, Brian? Oyola said I was working on investments. Property today. Bored like damn. I wish Fanon vlog was on. What's up, man? Appreciate that, man. Oh my God, man. I've just had the longest day possible. I definitely wanted to make sure I got out here and talk to the good people this evening for a little while. Man. To answer your question, no chance. Oh, there's a chance, man. What's going on, Sal Gutierrez? Man, I was thinking about you, Saul, when I saw that Oscar De La Hoya said he's not giving anybody 50%, 50-50 split on Canelo. And that's absolutely ridiculous. And they are, man. They try to, I don't know why these cats, I don't know why Tom Loeffler and Abel Sanchez try to act like Gennady Golovkin's this superstar, and he's not. Saying, what's going on, Julio Paleo? What's good? He says San Bernardino in the house for nine. That's what's good, man. Good to hear your show. Hey, man, information, man. How you feeling, man? Appreciate that. Let's get to talking about this in a second. Oh, I can't pronounce that. I just say Miguel, and I know it's Kalas. Forgive me, man. I'm just gonna call you Miguel. He said, appreciate your thoughts on our champion from Australia, Hearn in 10. We will see. Hey, Beverly Rose, man, we had some drama today. God dog. Let me get that information from you, and I'll do it tomorrow morning, man. I've got all kind of transactions on my stuff. Really, really frustrating. Sal Gucci said, that's right, Canelo cry. Man, dude. Interesting point, information man show. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Charles D said GGG ain't getting 50%, kick rocks with open shoes. You know that. That's bananas. They just try. I mean, they can try. No worries, man. Oh, man. Wilder needs to bless my man Povetkin, the Russian Mike Tyson. Okay, Beverly Rose, I'll see that. I haven't had a chance to look in a while. My phone went out, is out of power, and I haven't checked my emails. I have to get to that in the morning. I'm so sorry, but I got to get it to the morning. I'm going to do a conversation here, roll for a little while, and then I gotta hit the sack and try to be back at it tomorrow morning. You know how it goes. Life goes. Another day, another dollar. Robert Singleton, Horn will be tough for like the first 4 rounds, but nobody in the game makes better adjustments than Bud. Good point. I would agree with that. I think Anthony Joshua makes good adjustments. Well, at least I saw him make a good adjustment with Klitschko. But it is what it is. What's going on? Actual Facts Boxing, Angel Santos. How are you, sir? So look, man, let me know. I don't think there's it's going to be tough on there being an upset, but man, I just want to talk up the fight, man. It's like there's no publicity for this other than what's coming out of Jeff Horn's camp. It's like Jeff Hearn is the only one trying to get people interested in this. So I was like, shoot, man, I'll just go ahead and start conversations. I started doing videos about it. But man, there's like next to no interest on the United States side. So little interest in this bout, man. Just done watching Bud's vlogs. Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw you talking about what was on Top Rank's YouTube channel. I've seen those before. If that's what you're talking about, if that's what they consider to be promotion for a bout, they're out of their mind. I should go back. Let me see. Top Rank. Let's see how many people watch Top Rank's let me look for Top Rank's video and see how many people actually search for that. Oh God, Ashley Fletcher was from it says something real foul in this comment section of this. Hold on. So let me see. Top Rank Boxing. Let's see what Top Rank is talking about. The channel. Okay, they got 151,000 subscribers. I don't believe it. I think they bought them. Yeah, they've got like less views than God dog. That's crazy. Let's see. This is Top Rank. I see these videos from a week ago. They've got moment of zen. 37-second moment of zen from Terrence Crawford. Looked like he's doing some yoga. They got 3,000 views on that 3 days for 37 seconds. Interview with Glenn Rushing. Media day with Jose Sniper Pedraza. Yeah, it's just not much here, man. I see one thing on this. Boy, that tells you where their priorities are. 3 days ago, they have one thing on their site with Terrence Crawford. Then they got Michael Conlon, Michele Amaya, Jorwin Ancanas, Ancanas, forgive me, Jerwin, the Filipino dude. Then Lomachenko, Nicholson, Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko. Yeah, it's like 5 Lomachenkos to 1 Terrence Crawford on their site. And I've not seen another Terrence Crawford video posted to this YouTube page. When was the last one? God dog, I'm going back months and there's not been one on this. I've seen Beltran, Shakur Stevenson, Brian Jennings, I'll come back. I'm sorry, I don't see these comments. Oh, the last Terrence Crawford video posted to, other than the one 3 days ago, was 5 months before that. That's ridiculous, man. That's absolutely ridiculous. All right, so let me back up into these comments, man. Forgive me. I needed to look at that. That's just ridiculous. They don't put any effort. Yeah, Charles, they don't make, Top Rank doesn't put any effort into Terrence Crawford. Loop says, terrible Top Rank promotion of this fight. Australian promotion is sharp in contrast, and the fight isn't even here. Yeah, man, that's for the last several weeks, I've been consistently seeing things out from statements from Glenn Rushton, statements from Dean Lonergan, statements from Jeff Hearn, a lot of information coming out about this fight from Australia, but next to nothing from the United States. It's amazing, man. And that's what these guys say you need a promoter for. Like, that's what you need a promoter for? To not promote you? That's just crazy. Let me see. You got a Fanon. Fanon, Phil, where would you rank Hearn if he was able to actually beat Bud? Felix Nunez. Oh, I would think I think he'd be the number 2 welterweight. I just kind of stay with it in stay with it in the weight class. I would say he'd probably be the number. If he beats Terrence Crawford, he has to be considered. I would consider him the number 2 welterweight behind Errol Spence. But he would be, he would be the real deal. I mean, I already kind of suspect that he is a good bit of the real deal. This is how good is he? You know what I mean? What's going, man? Malik Omar says, salute to you, attorney Fanon. I appreciate you. It's Fanon Esquire. But I appreciate that, man. Axe Angel Santos said, hopefully Crawford can get out of his contract with Top Rank. At this point, I dare say it'd be better with Mayweather. Look, man, I don't know what he can do. Honestly. I don't know what he can do. It's just, man, I can't get into too much information about it, but there was just something real interesting. Just keep a lookout for 78 Sports TV's channel. For sure, watch some of the videos that he's going to come up with over the next couple of days. He'd be hot on stuff. So just watch that stuff. If you guys, anybody in here hasn't subscribed to 78 Sports TV, do it, because he's got a very good subject that he's going to be discussing pretty soon. I'm not going to, let the cat out the bag. But, speaking of cats, by the way, I saw a mouse in my house, a few months ago. And I was like, we got to get a cat because, God dog it, I can't have that. So I get a cat. The cat is an indoor-outdoor cat. My mother-in-law had the cat. So I'm waiting to think, okay, is he ever going to catch this mouse? No hides and seen hide hair on any mouse. But I'm taking these kids home from basketball practice today, and my daughter says there's a dead rabbit on the porch. So this little murdering feline can go outside and kill it, killing all the neighborhood bunny rabbits and dropping them on my porch. I do not miss that part of having a cat. If y'all have cats, you will know. You let them outside, you'll have a steady supply of dead birds, mice, and baby rabbits on your porch. I said, actually, if that damn cat just freeloading. Exactly, dog. George C, what's scheduled for an hour? I'm sorry. I got sidetracked on my cat story. Your cat is on the job. Yeah, oh my God, man, a damn thing. It's a gift for you, for now. I know that's what they think. That's what they think. They think they're like bringing something home, like for you. That cat purged. Yeah, man. It's like, oh gosh, disposing of him, little murdering bastard. But hey, I love my cat. I want to get a dog, but because dogs ain't gonna bring dead cats home. Rod Singleton's they'll bring a dead cat home maybe, but you just can't let them run around. Rod Singleton, damn, it's a shame Top Rank doesn't really promote Bud. He's the best pound for pound in the world and has a amazing story to go with it. Yeah, he just doesn't have the look. You know what I mean? He just wasn't blessed with that look, right? So since he doesn't have that look, Bob Arum's never going to promote him. I mean, Bob Arum had Floyd Mayweather Jr., man. He had Floyd Mayweather Jr. for years and never promoted him. So I'm not quite sure what we can expect. Look up. I think that's L up. Look up or up. We may be spoiled in terms of promotion in this fight. However, we still have to pay $50 on pay-per-view because we cannot access ESPN Plus apps. Sucks, man. Yeah. I think was that you that left the comment earlier today? No doubt about it. I was like, yeah, you're right. I only got to pay $5 for it. But don't worry, they rob us on all kind of other things. So it all comes out in the wash, man. Oh, what's going on with the Boxing Clinic and more? If y'all ain't subscribed to the Boxing Clinic and more, please subscribe to the Boxing Clinic and more. Great content. He said Terrence Crawford doesn't do himself any favors. He doesn't promote himself. No, I don't think he does. I appreciate that. What's going on, Pig Aldridge? He said, yeah, man. Yeah, up. I remember that, man. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. I mean, but look, here's the thing. That's what those dudes get paid for. You know what I mean? So if you have a promoter, like I do believe that, some fighters need promoters, especially if you don't have a tremendous personality. So, yeah, I mean, he can do more to promote himself. But since he's paying, since Top Rank is making money off him, they need to do their job. You know what I mean? If you hire a plumber and the plumber in your sink keeps backing up, you could say, well, you need to learn how to fix a sink. Be like, well, shit, what am I paying the plumber for? You know what I mean? If you're not gonna fix my sink, then what am I paying you for? So if Top Rank's not going to promote him, what does he need? What does Terrence Crawford need him for? You know what I mean? So, it's just what it is, man. I mean, because I don't think that Terrence Crawford is any less charismatic, right, than Errol Spence is. I mean, they're both kind of quiet guys and both really do their thing in the ring. It's just that Errol Spence is not stuck up underneath somebody that really doesn't care about the dude. You know what I mean? Like, because he just has to rely upon that guy to make things happen for him. But it is what it is, man. I definitely see your point, though. I still say dude need to do his damn job and promote the people that you're supposed to be promoting, George C said Buzz making millions being himself and taking care of his family. Not everyone wants to be a big Hollywood star. Fair enough. Upset. I like your analogies, Fanon. Good laugh. Oh, you had a good laugh about Harry Potter and the Cowardly Lion examples. Dog, that is without a doubt that damn Anthony Joshua. Man, I can't stand Eddie Hearn, man. God, Eddie Hearn just be saying, he just pulls anything out of his backside to be saying. Somebody was like, man, hey, Fanon, you hanging on every word that Eddie Hearn says. And I'm like, yeah, man, it's because it's like looking at roadkill. You're like Is that a dead bear on the side of the road? Damn, like you are a car wreck, where you see like you just can't. I just can't keep my eyes off of it because every time he opens his mouth, he says something that is patently untrue. Today was just the whopper of all whoppers, Well, not the whopper of all whoppers. It's actually par for the course for that dude. Carl Burrell, what is happening with you, my man? What is good? Paplaya said Eddie is an idiot. Yeah, I mean, he's not an idiot. I got to disagree with you because it takes a lot. I mean, he's tenacious, He's got a gigantic ego. And for him to say you need a machine behind you. You need a machine behind you. Yeah, you're right. You can a machine behind you will get you a long way until they put you behind that, till that machine runs over you, chews you up, and spits you out. Like Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, he's supposed to be Luis Ortiz's mouthpiece, wasn't he? Eddie Hearn using these exact Eddie Hearn was supposed to be Luis Ortiz's mouthpiece. What happened to him? He spit in his face is what happened. He took that mouthpiece and spit dead in Luis Ortiz's face. But it is what it is. But he signed Amir Khan. He's like, he said Al Heyman couldn't do the job with Amir Khan. Like, he couldn't do the job with Amir Khan. Amir Khan couldn't do the job. You kidding me? Tanaris Robin said, "What up, Fanon? Floyd gave Arrow free promotion. Yeah, he did, but I think really it came more from Adrian Bronner. That's where the first that I heard of Errol Spence, the first time I was really aware of Errol Spence was when he beat up Adrian Bronner. And that was, I think, before the Matisse, before the what's his name? Marcus Maidana bout. Oh, Charles Z said, Fanon, I'll stream Bud fight right on YouTube. I'm not. They'll snatch my stuff down. But hey, man, let me know. I'm going to talk. Probably more than likely, I'm going to cover the fight, though. I hadn't done that in a few fights because, God dog, you wind up getting just a ton of subscribers that you really don't want. You know what I mean? When I do that. But this weekend, more than likely, I'm going to do it because there's so many really, really good bison matches. Robert Single says, White deep down don't want that work with Ortiz. He can talk about his age all he wants, but he don't want that smoke. Nah, I would be surprised if he took that fight with I would be surprised if Eddie Hearn let him take that fight with Luis Ortiz. I'll be very, very surprised. Now, Dillian White, I give Dillian White credit. I don't know whether or not Dillian White would want to fight him or not. I have no reason to believe that Dillian White would not. Dillian White seems to be a hungry fighter. He wants to get in with Deontay Wilder. So I don't see why he wouldn't want to get in with with Ortiz. But see, the funny thing with that situation was good World Combat Sports. The funny thing with that is that Eddie Hearn is so god dog. It's like, all right, Eddie Hearn said that he would be fine with Luis Ortiz facing Dillian White as long as that fight was for the first mandatory and not the second mandatory, right? But Deontay Wilder said that he would fight if Dillian White beat Luis Ortiz, that he would take Dillian White. What's going on, Blood Boxing? He said he would take Dillian White as a voluntary if he took that fight. So he doesn't even need that assurance that he's asking for because Deontay Wilder gave his word, and it's Deontay Wilder. It's not like it's Eddie Hearn giving him his word. It's Deontay Wilder giving him his word, which I think stands for a lot more right about now. Say what you want about all that other stuff. Eddie Hearn's word ain't worth a bucket of spit. And Deontay Wilder has been very, very consistent. And he said that he would be willing to fight Dillian White as long as he fought Ortiz first. And he did, and they wouldn't need a mandatory spot. So if that's the case, if that's a promise that Deontay Wilder made to Eddie Hearn, made to Dillian White, then why wouldn't he go ahead and do that? He doesn't trust it, right? But that's what when you are a storyteller and you're a manipulative you're a manipulative storyteller, you see that in other people as well. So he might not take that, he might not take him at his word. St. Cruz and said Ortiz versus White is a fight I really want to see. Yeah, I'd love to see it. I don't think Dillian White. You know what? I gotta look. I'll go and look at Dillian White again. Dillian White to me it looks like he's just gonna get pot shotted by Luis Ortiz because his defense doesn't look that good. It just looks like his head is open a lot. But it'd be interesting to think, here with some more technical, boxing, boxing phase. Some people who are more into the technical side of boxing think about it. Decaf Fanon, Hearn doesn't believe White can beat Ortiz. Nah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that because I don't really think it. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people do think it. And if they did it and they made that dude made Luis Ortiz the favorite. Now the thing is, that's probably going to go to purse bid, and there's a chance, a small chance, not a big chance, but a small chance that $1 billion Eddie can win that purse bid, right? Oh man. So if he can pull off that purse bid, then it might go to the UK. But if he doesn't, it could go to the United States, and that ain't gonna work for them. Man, Ortiz a slick Cuban boxer. He is, and I'm really. That's one thing. That's one of my happiest moments this year. Besides Deontay Wilder winning the fight, was knowing that Luis Ortiz got that shot like that. You know what I mean? That wasn't some little win that he pulled off there. Monsieur Michelin, just reach people my apologies. I'm not sure what that meant. All right, so I'm gonna go back up here and look for Fanon. Fanon Hearn doesn't believe White can beat Ortiz. Yeah, I agree with that. We got Blood Boxing in the house. Oh, George C says, I don't know him personally, but Bud just seems like he loves boxing but hates all the other stuff. He's not going to portray a false persona to make more money. He's too real. Yeah, he could just be a really quiet kid, man. Like, there's a kid, actually, a kid's in my living room right now. Probably my wife is going to probably go take him back to his house. One of these kids, very, very talented athlete that we work with. And, he never says a word. He's just very, very quiet. But if a kid, talks to him sideways, it's gonna be a fight. And on the court, he's just super, super aggressive, very strong, right? Doesn't back down from anybody, but words don't flow freely from his mouth. And that's a talent, or not. Is that a talent? That's a characteristic some people have, Like Blood Boxing talks about, people having the gift of gab, right? Where you can just talk and let your brain, you can separate you can just let your thoughts flow out of your mouth, right? It's a very fine filter. And some people just don't have that. Some people really, their thoughts don't flow out of their mouth very easily. You know what I mean? Charles D says, Fanon, cat in a hat for this weekend. I may have a stream for it and a good one. That's what's up. Well, let me know. Yeah, Kashmir J said he's an introvert. Yeah, that's a way that that can be referred to. That's the way people generally consider people that have those tendency to be, introverted. But he's not that big an introvert because he's beating up people in front of crowds like, 13, 14. If you're out there in front of 9,000 people and you're throwing punches and throwing hands and, throwing hands and that's not completely, introverted. It's not like he sees, a bunch of people out there and he wants to go into a shell. He just isn't talkative. He's just quiet. From what I can see. William Griffin said Horn is not sweet. No, Horn trying to hurt people out there, man. I don't fall for that. I don't understand why that particular look is acquainted with being, particularly humble and nice. And, that's just a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean? But in reality, the dude looks like, he be willing to hurt somebody, He looked like somebody be up in a school acting crazy. Cashmere J said the kid for nine was speaking about Ralph Unreal. I'm not sure what you guys mean. Yeah, Ralph Unreal Horn is big. That's a big dude. I mean, big for a welterweight. He's not a big man. None of them guys really big. But they're big for that weight class. L Up said one thing I've noticed about Bud is he slows a lot of time focusing on. Oh, he shows a lot of time focusing on his kids taking time for his kids. I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, he seems like a nice guy, man. But I've heard people. I've been up in Omaha, and people are like, "Man, look, that dude's no joke, man." It's good that he has a team of people around him. Otherwise, he might be trying to do people dirty. So, he's got a side to him, man. That's a street dude, So it is, it is what it is, man. But I just wish that I'm gonna find it interesting to see, how this fight goes. I'm really hoping that this thing can. I mean, it's honestly it's too much to hope that after having listened to what was going on with I forget who did the interview with I think that might have been on Smoke City Mobcast, the conversation with Bomac, right? The trainer for Terrence Crawford. He just sounded like he was very they were very happy with the situation with Top Rank. I don't think he mentioned it specifically, but I thought it seems like he's happy with it. And he's also getting guys like, I think he's training Maurice Hooker, so there's he probably has some tie-ins that make him feel, like they don't seem like they're terribly unhappy, I think it would irritate anybody, to do all that you've done and then just have, consistently having people talk about, somebody's better than you that really hasn't done as much. But, welcome to adulthood, man. We don't always get what we deserve, or, not everybody gets what they deserve. And a whole lot of people don't deserve what they get. John Ramirez says Tank Davis. What's up with Tank Davis? Lomachenko won Tank Davis at 135 pounds. Yeah, I think he needs to hold off on that. But I think Lomachenko might be. I'm telling you, man, Lomachenko might be breaking down, man. He might be breaking down because of that shoulder. I mean, you start getting shoulder injuries for punches that you ain't even throwing hard punches, because it ain't like he was really throwing any hands in that second round where he said he hurt his shoulder. It wasn't like some, it ain't like he's throwing haymakers out there. You know what I mean? He's pretty much pity patting. So to what is it, the labrum or whatever, to tear your labrum throwing pity pat punches, could be that you're older. That you're 40 years old. You've been training hard for 25 out of the 30 years that you've been alive. You've been training hard. That's going to have its wear and tear on people. And, it's always fun. People talk about Lomachenko as having look what he's done in just 12 fights, or just 11 fights, or is it 12 fights now? Just 12 fights. It's like, yeah, well, what has he done in 25 years of boxing? Because truth be told, the cat's been boxing for 25 years, probably 18 of them at a very, very high level. So we'll see what happens with him, man. Hopefully this isn't a situation where, that stuff starts, all those workouts. Yeah, Robert Singleton said them 400 amateur fights kept catching up with him. Yeah, it'll do that. Father Time catches up with everybody, and your body is just your body, and honestly, I mean, it's just the body, and the harder you train it, eventually it's going to break down. If you're running, miles and miles and miles and pounding on bags and walking on your hands and, like doing, what is he doing? Like fingertip to fingertip to fist, like crazy workouts with his shoulders. And eventually that stuff, catches up to you. Yeah, John Ramirez said Tank Davis has that Mike Tyson, that Iron Mike aggression. I think Gervonta Davis is a very, very talented fighter. I just don't think. I mean, he just doesn't have the championship experience that Vasyl Lomachenko has, and I think that's a very, very tough fight for him. And I think that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s first mind, from the mindset of a promoter trying to milk a fighter or milk boxing fans, because they milk both of us. It's like people say, oh, he's just trying, like Deontay Wilder said Eddie Hearn was trying to milk Anthony Joshua. Eddie Hearn is trying to milk me. That's who he's trying to milk. The primary person he's trying to milk is me. Because then it's like, you need to watch about 6 more of my fighters of the fights that I want you to see before you get the fight that you want. So he's not just milking Anthony Joshua, which I wouldn't doubt he's doing. He's milking me, because I now have had to see how many. If he doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, this will be the third fight that I watch that I don't care about. Like, I didn't really care about Carlos Takam. I really didn't care about Joseph Parker. And, Povetkin, I don't give a fight. I don't give a fat rat about that either. Right. And if I was in the UK, these cats in the UK are actually buying pay-per-view for this. Oh, yeah. DOG 215 said Eddie Hearn is trying to milk America. Yeah. And he's trying to he's fighting a losing battle, man. I'm trying to tell you. That's a losing battle, homie. That's a losing battle. Hearn lost my talk today, talking circles. Oh, man. He's a mouthpiece. That's a fun. Hey, man, I could talk all day about that clown, man. Well, he's not a clown. He's successful. So since he's successful and he's got a few quid in his pocket, then, that means he's right. That's what people equate with being correct, because they got some money. Like Deontay, what? Of course, Anthony Joshua was the best fighter in the world. He makes so much more money than all the other heavyweights do. And how could he not be the best heavyweight in the world? Because he makes the most money. So you have to be the best because you make the most money. Because being the best means making money. When have you ever heard of boxers that were any good that didn't make a lot of money? Come on, man. St. Cruz said Fanon Hearn never planned on fighting Deontay next. Of course he didn't. He's got an 8-fight plan. I have a video out there, man. Oh, Sal said, come on, Fanon, you got to ride with my man Povetkin. See, here's my thing about Povetkin. It's hard for me to ride with Povetkin because Povetkin popped dirty 3 times. However, I'll go this far with you, Sal. I will laugh my behind off if he hurts Anthony Joshua. Now, that would be like, God, dog, I don't want him to beat Anthony Joshua because, quite honestly, I want to see Deontay Wilder get that money. I do. I've grown to have a degree of affection for Deontay Wilder because he's a truth teller. I believe what's coming out of his mouth. You know what I mean? He does not strike me as somebody that is just saying something. And I have an affinity for people like that. I like people that just tell it like it is, because I can trust them. I don't trust people that I can catch in one story. Then, like when you say that if you give me $50 million, I'll take the fight tomorrow, and you don't take it. Just personally, I got no more time for you. I got no time for you because I can't believe anything about you. If you're willing to lie about taking $50 million, you're willing to lie about taking performance-enhancing drugs. Now, I'm not saying Anthony Joshua was on that. I'm just saying that's the type of personality characteristic that will extend into other areas. If Eddie Hearn is willing to lie in front of people for Anthony Joshua, he's willing to lie to Anthony Joshua. That's how life is. You just don't. If you have, it's like if a girl, you get with a woman and a woman treats you, cheating on their dude with you, and then you fall in love with her and you marry her, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if you find that Magnum up underneath your bed. in the trash. You take out the trash tears, and boop, something pops out on you. Because that's how because she's already shown that characteristic with you. She's already shown it. You know what I mean? So it's like, even like I tell, like, shoot, I used to be a fair bit of a dog. But one thing that would save me is I would be like, hey, I would actually tell the truth. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I just don't really feel like I want to date anymore. You know what I mean? And then people respect that more, even though they might get pissed off at you. Somebody will respect you telling them the truth, even if the truth is fucked up, or excuse me, the truth is messed up. Then they will, accept you if you're just telling them stories, right? So Eddie Hearn said, was told, and I did a video on it, but I'll do a little, just because for me, it's just so mind-boggling that this guy can get this out of his mouth, because he thinks people are. I don't think he thinks I think he believes that he can just talk really, really fast and say anything, and then nobody's gonna ever really stop, hit rewind, listen to it, think about it, stop, move the video back again, listen to what he said again, stop and think about it, and then reply to it. That's not typically something that that people do. Excuse me. That's not typically something that people do. And I do it with Eddie Hearn. I do that with Eddie Hearn. So when Eddie Hearn said today that promoters are the ones that pay money to the fighters, so they need us for the money. The people that keep boxers from making a lot of money are the managers and the advisors, right? And I'm like, hold on, man. That to somebody that doesn't think, that could actually make a little bit of sense. That could actually make sense if you don't think about it. Because yeah, you're right. Don't the promoters pay the boxers? Yeah, the promoter pays the boxer. They do. They write a check to him. And doesn't the boxer pay the managers? Yeah, so the manager does cost the boxer money, and the promoter does pay the boxer money. Oh, Eddie Hearn must be making sense. But no, that's absolutely full of crap, because the boxer is a cost to the promoter, and the manager gets paid on a commission, which means the more money that the manager negotiates for the fighter, the more money the manager makes. The more money that the promoter pays the boxer, the less money the promoter makes. So it's just, what he said is just he's so full of it. Oh my God. You guys got to excuse me for 1 second. Did you notice the difference in Tank in his last fight compared with his fight with Mayweather undercard? He was showboating on the May Mac card and returned to his glorious form in his last fight. Yeah, he looked great in that last fight. He looked great. And I didn't realize he has so much power, man. I didn't realize he has so much power. Nick King, Fanon, real talk all day. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Actual facts, Boxing Angel Santos. If you think Horn has no chance, you're sadly mistaken. I am a Bud Crawford, and I am a Bud Crawford supporter. Hey, man, I'm with you. I think he's got a chance. I got to do 1 second because I don't want to get off this live stream. What's good, KO? But I had somebody call me, and I got somebody's child in my house. So I've got to make sure that I do something real fast. He said, DOG said, Eddie told AJ, no pay raise for you. Stay in your lane, boy. Oh, he clowned him. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Got that dude real wrong. But, hey, man, that's what happens when you're under a promotional contract. You can't make, I don't know why his promotional deal would. Hello, Miss Mary. How are you? I do still have Tim. I stopped by your house, but you weren't home. Oh, he did, but he wanted me to see if I could take him by his uncle's house. Your son's, his cousin's house. Well, he's at home now, but I had to come home because I had to do some work. Just have him stay here. Okay, just 1 second. I hope that they didn't already leave. Excuse me, you guys. Oh yeah. Did Tim leave? Oh, I think he already went out. My wife already took him. I think so. Yeah, my wife is. He's in. Yeah, they did call Kevin. Kevin was on his way home, but my wife's not just going to leave him there anyway. So, okay, all right. Thanks, Miss Mary. Oh, no. Okay, that sounds good. Look, no, it's great. Hey, I'm on a work call, so let me call you back, Miss Mary. All right, bye. Sorry about that. Had to do, got to take care of stuff. When you have people's kids, you got to make sure they know what's going on. Said, hey, I think it's the first few rounds that will be a struggle before Crawford works him out, fights off the back foot before switching to southpaw and popping Hearn head back for the win. Yeah, I can understand. I think that's a good thing. Angel Sanchez said, ain't much, man. Just got on the support for 9. Been very busy with work. I need to post videos, which I will soon. Soon as I get myself set up, going in my house. That's what's up. Yeah, got to get it right, man. Hey, Josh Beasley, what's good? I'm chilling, man. Just, talking that boxing with some good people this evening. Let me see. New Natives said Hearn switches styles too and figures fighters out. Yep. The only real issue that I have with the only real worry that I have for Terrence Crawford, well, 2. I guess 1 is he's moving up in weight, and you got to see how people look. Because even though Mikey Garcia got the win and Lomachenko got the win, they look puffy. They look puffy at the new weight class. So, I mean, they didn't really have the same cut to their muscles that they had before. They really didn't look. I mean, they look like. I don't want to. Well, I guess Mikey didn't look smaller than Sergey Lipinets, but he just. I don't know. Something was different, man. I didn't look. I didn't. They are tapped out at those weight classes, and Mikey Garcia is out of his mind if he tries to move up there 147 and fight Errol Spence. He can just keep. They can just he can just use Errol Spence's name as a way to keep it to market himself. That's cool because marketing. If he keeps mentioning Errol Spence and Errol Spence's name is getting some light too, and they can they can partner up like that. But nah, dog, he need to stay away. Drink more water says Miss Mary's about to give you the rundown on the foul members in charge. Yeah, that's all good, man. Yeah, I like Miss Mary though. We working together. We working together on these kids. Dark Truth said, what's good? Dark Truth said, late stream for 9. Yeah, man, work fitting to be a breeze. Well, I don't know because I ain't gonna be on there too long. I think I've already been on here about 45 minutes, so it's all good. We'll be back. Casey Robinson, I ain't seen you in a minute, man. He said Hearn goes for broke and his success with Crawford early and has success with Crawford early, but Crawford should be able to switch it up and adjust to win the fight. Agreed. I just think he's gonna stop him on cuts. I don't know. I'm simple-minded about it. I think his face gonna get opened up. Fernando Valenzuela, man, I like doing these later streams, man, because there's a bunch of cats I ain't seen in a while, man. Will Stroker said, you're funny, man, Will Stroker. Where you rank Hearn at 147 right now as top 6. Right now I put him behind Errol Spence, behind Sean Porter, behind Mikey Garcia. Danny Garcia. If Ponytail was out, I'd have him behind Ponytail. And I'm not even sure if he beat Ugas. So I think a lot of times, a lot of it really just depends on what happens with Terrence Crawford. So, but I think he's a top 10 welterweight. At the very least, he's a top 10 welterweight. You got to give him, and he's a WBO champion, so you got to give him his respect. The question is whether he's like, as far as WBO champs go, is he Jared Hearn? Is Jared? No, not it's not Jared. Is it is he who's a good WBO champion? Okay, is he a Vasil Lomachenko, or is he a what is that dude's name that just got blasted by Jaime Munguia? What's the cat out of New York whose name is already out of my head? He he got knocked out by Jesse. He got beat by Jesse Vargas, and he got beat by Munguia, Jaime Munguia. Yeah, Saddam Ali. That's what it is. So is he a Lomachenko or is he a Saddam Ali? You know, that's the question. Is he a Saddam Ali? And I'm thinking, we'll see if he's a Saddam Ali. You know what I mean? Thank you, everybody. Let me know Saddam Ali. I was having a hard time, man. Yep, he's that. Oh, see y'all. Heck no, Patrick. He ain't my fighter's name. That is Saddam Ali. That is not Muhammad Ali. But yeah, Patrick Prince said your favorite boss's name. Yeah, Eddie. Alert, Eddie. WB rankings are garbage. They are. Sad to watch Ali get pummeled. Yeah, man, he got thrown to the. He didn't get thrown to the wolves. He got thrown to the hippopotamuses. He got just mauled and bopped around. I'm like, God